bowl special. I don't know how special it's going to be because we only got about half an hour. Jez couldn't make it today.
Yeah.
Man's just got off a train from Aberdeen, so we'll see how we
No.
do.
Drove
Drove from
there and back.
Aberdeen.
Aye.
Okay, so we're all going to be in the best of moods today to talk about watching certain people get to the bowl for the third season on the trot. Domination for 18 months of our lives in the Atlantic. So let's. I'll bring up the board so we can see how badly we did.
Yeah. 2 out of 6. That's not good, is it?
Yeah, and you got two coaches from that side of the league. Oh yeah, we know what we're talking about. These Razorbacks, they're looking solid, but no, that don't mean a thing. So let's have a little look at the games.
Well, which one are we going for? All I'm going to say is Lee's a very lucky boy. He had 2 kick returns. In fact, actually, no. First minute, Dan had a pick 6 for TD. You're like, ooh. And then Lee goes and runs a 93-yard kick return. And then he has another one later in the game for 105 yards for TD. So his kick, and then I think his kick return is something crazy average.
Okay.
Absolutely crazy. And Dan's got a good special teams unit, so
So is this on the?
he makes
So
you want.
so play by play. Okay, right. Oh, so you ran it back to the 1 yard line. I was wondering why it wasn't showing up as a interception return.
Yeah.
Maybe Bath got a couple of CBs or a CB with a bit of 5S. Maybe that's the thing. Right. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. So yeah. So that's all
You
always.
think, oh, what a great start. And then, oh, 7-0 up. And then there's a fucking 93-yard kick return straight away. And he's like, I bet there was a handbag went out the window then.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think there's been times in the past where I've had things like that happen where like in that first minute something like bang, that's it, straight up, and I've actually said to my son, I'm gonna lose this one, and then we sit there and watch it, and then yeah, sure enough, some last minute streak or um, field goal or whatever. Yeah, yeah, disappointing.
Yeah.
So within a minute, it was a score and then another score. So we're 7-all after a minute and 40 seconds. So we might as well just call it 0-0, right? Okay. And then he got a
Right.
105 return.
We got 105, yeah. But there's an even better one at
Oh,
some point in there. I can't remember where it is. And it's Dan has used his I think it's Dan's used this game, I think it is. I think Dan's used his special team play on a return and got 0 yards on it. This is him returning it. It says Brixton have used their special team and he got 0 yards on his return.
oh God. It's just, you wait for this game. You're like, I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that. I'm going to wait until I can save it for a time when it makes a difference. And you get 0 on it. It's just,
He got 0, right? Somewhere in the game. Somewhere. I can't
I
remember
tell
where
you.
exactly it was.
Yeah. Those 3 tick boxes on the game plan, talk it up, talk it down, and then the special teams one. They are the most disappointing tick boxes in the whole world. I'd rather tick boxes that say I can sign up the junk mail than tick those boxes. Because when you talk things up, it doesn't help you. It doesn't help you. It helps both sides.
Mm.
So, it's kind of like, do I want to tick this because actually they've got a quarterback who's got leadership, and if I talk it up and everything else gets fired up, then they're actually going to get some benefit from it as well. Useless. I'd rather sign up to junk mail. Really, really would. But But yeah, 105.93. So what were the averages on their on those then?
No, over 50. Van Boss.
So, so Murphy has kicked the ball for 621 yards. He's got a net of 221.
I returned 400 yards. How many
Oh
yards this?
dear, that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And again, you think yourself, oh, home field advantage. You know, you're going to see a lot of things going your way, and then you get that two returns in one game.
I mean, the other thing is that Lee obviously changed up his offense as well because he's only passed the ball 17 times. He's just run the ball to death on Brixton. So that maybe caught Dan out a bit as well, changing the game plan up a bit away from
Yeah,
your heavy pass to heavy run. Although we sort of said that might happen, I think from memory, I think we mentioned that it might not be.
yeah,
I don't. Might have been Jez that said that. I can't remember. We did. I think we did say there's a chance we might mess around with it
yeah. It
and
might
do
have
something.
been. I mean, I've not looked through the game plans too much for Dan over the season. Just have a quick check. I was just checking to see if he uses the pass rush quite a bit, but he hasn't.
Which is interesting when he's got a level 19 D end on the trade board, and that's not even the one that's getting all the sacks for him. So he's got two high level 65 quickness D ends and
Yeah,
not
because
really
this.
rushing. Yeah.
Do we say Scalaba was a strong? He is a strong one. Yeah. So again, I don't know whether there's a lot of 23 downs here with the OBs in drop deep. That's mainly going to be the run flat side of things. Um, is
He's trying to prove his pass defense, and then he's basically
yeah,
he's run the ball on him.
yeah, yeah. Nice little change up from Lee.
Still want to know where his return has come from. There, is he? It's that one of the things you'd like to look at the special teams. Was Lee playing all his starters on special teams? You just can't see that what he was doing. Is it
Yeah,
just complete fluky rolls of the dice? You just don't know, do you? You know, how he's managed to come out with two massive kick returns, which is pretty much the difference in the game, almost, points wise.
yeah. I mean, every time you think you're just about getting away, it's and you see a kick return, and you're just like, oh, just keeps it dragging on. Right, so he's got a single returner on his roster, 75 quick guy. So this season,
He's
average
not had a
of
massive, but then again, he's only turned 15 kicks, so
yeah, 15 kicks and not returned one to the house at all. Longest was 40 yards.
yeah,
Yeah, sickening, sickening.
aye,
Um,
definitely.
so yeah, so
You just wonder,
go on.
you just wonder if he's done something different. Has he been playing safe special teams all year and then gone aggressive, or has he put a load of starters in there? You just don't know, do you? Or is it just completely two fluky rolls of the dice?
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, that Q4 as well. Right up until it was pretty even.
Well, it's competitive then.
Then 20 in the Q4. That's,
Well, I mean, the other thing is Dan won the turnover battle and still lost. Um, I
Yeah,
think he was unlucky. I think it would be. I think it was a good change of plan to move to the run. But there's two special teams plays. If that had been me, it'd be rapping again. It's a sickener to get one against you, but get two like that against you is just a bit of a sickener, really.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, unlucky Dan, and congratulations, Lee. Who we say is that Matt? You know, he's already checked out. You know, you would have thought he would have, you know, let Dan have one before he goes. Yeah. I was just thinking to myself, an honours board in a gridiron league doesn't look right without an asterisk against the previous winners. So we'd leave moving. We can put an asterisk against his name, and then that looks normal because you know nobody stays behind. Um,
You know what?
I
I think I'm actually. I don't know. I don't know.
I think you are.
When the last time? Why the last winner to still be in the league?
I think you might be. Yeah, I think you might be, and it's
That was
quite
a
a while
long
now.
time ago. That
Yeah,
one one.
absolutely. That's it. Yeah, absolutely. I think you are the last non-asterisk winner because you know you've stuck around. Well done, Matt. You're gonna give you. I'm gonna nominate you at the next draft for a medal of longevity as a previous
Ooh,
winner, not deserting.
yes. Aye, aye.
All right. Yep. So Snow Bears are in the final, and just to make it really exciting, um, the Avalanche made it again. So Johnny's got another
Yes.
crack at it. Um, Thoughts on this one?
Honestly, I don't think this is as close as the scoreline actually led you to believe. Again, the Avalanche had way more turnovers than the Heroes. The Avalanche stopped Doe Minty pretty much connecting. I mean, Minty had 5 catches, less than 100 yards, which
Oh,
proves that obviously proves that I mean, I think I think the Heroes to win would have needed 200 yards out of Minty to give him a chance. And when you look at their play-by-play, he switched it around. You know, I mean, he stopped Hill pretty well. Colin stopped Hill pretty well. Yeah, one breakaway for a 65-yard run. Other than that, he only had like 50 yards over 25 odd carries.
yeah,
But it's that Avalanche quarterback's good.
yeah,
Kept the ball ticking.
yeah. He's got a nice short zone to get to if anybody does start to shut it down. Yeah, 69 yard breakaway that Hill had, as my kids would say when that number comes up. Nice. So there we go. Um,
The first minute of the game was interesting again. Went
let's
back
have a
to
look.
the game. First.
I see. And you said that there was another kick return as well, right? It was a 99 yarder later in the game as well.
Look at the first minute. Yeah, that's the
So
opposite of what you.
yeah,
First, first pass, interception, pick six, 7-0 up.
7-0. Ah, it's disgraceful. So you know, Forgotten Heroes couldn't go straight back down and with a kickoff return.
No, not even that. Punt
No,
blocked. Yeah, that's them extra. Them plays that you can't see what's going off.
yeah, but then they didn't make the most of that anyway. They got it intercepted. Uh,
Yeah,
Backwards and
aye.
forwards, backwards and forwards. Yeah, I think there
Aye.
was one down here. Um, oh yeah, special teams again. Fumble gives good field possession.
I was going to say the Avalanche had five. I think it's 5 fumbles to two. So yet
Yeah,
they've still won by 15, which I don't know. I think this one wasn't as much of a game as.
yeah, yeah. That must have been squeaky in the 18th minute there. That must have been squeaky bum time for John. Johnny, because look at that. It's 17-7 up, and then by the 20th minute, he's back round to 21-17 down after that fumble on the return, quick touchdown, then another fumble two plays later, and then that's turned around from the 2 yard line, and all of a sudden it's 21-17. So he must, at least he's had a little bit of here where he's just like, oh dear, this might not go my way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
aye, but
you don't want conference games where you're not almost semi having a heart attack, right? Yeah, I think it was, where was it? Here we go. So
there
yeah,
you go.
just gets it. So 24 all, gets a good drive in, and then bang, 99-yard return, straight back to level again. So yeah, and then that was his 69-yard breakaway immediately after that. So proper
Yeah,
roller coaster, proper roller coaster.
yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I just don't think that one was as close. But as I say, Heroes pretty much stopped the rush, but the passing attack, 400 odd yards through the air, just can't stop you. You know,
yeah,
good balance there. The Avalanche have got a decent, pretty balanced offense. So you can move up and down as he sees fit. I think.
yeah, yeah. No. Um, so congratulations goes to Johnny. The Continental didn't get their Continental Bowl because Dan didn't make it. But we have the Avalanche and the Snow Bears again, which I can't remember. Was that the single bowl prediction
That
still?
was what Jez went for. Yeah, legit.
So he's still on for it. 2 seasons in a row potentially. Um, if the Snow Bears can beat the Avalanche again. So let's have a quick look at the preview on that one. So the Avalanche, #1 offense. Snow Bears #3. Pretty evenly matched by the looks of it.
Oh, and then what's the spread? I'd actually looked. I have no idea what the spread
Right.
is.
It has the Snow Bears with an estimated spread of 7.
Hmm.
There aren't any big injuries going into this. Akers still has his B.
I think Akers is more of a backup, to be honest. I don't think he plays as much now. He seems to be ill more often than not.
Um, no,
Well, then again, no,
he's.
maybe not.
I'd love a
Yeah,
backup
maybe
like
not.
that. I would love a backup who is
Oh,
still
sorry.
only
I'm just
managing.
going off the last game. That was where I was just going off the last game. I was going off the last game.
Yeah, I think he has been playing him less to try and to maybe hope that, because you can still play players with injuries, and if you don't fatigue them too much, you still have an off chance of them actually recovering a level, even if you play them. So maybe he was like holding him back. Maybe that's his trump card. Maybe that's his little shift up for
Maybe,
Philly.
maybe.
Because watching the bits we have looked at the Snow Bears, they seem to have a pretty good run line defense, even with playing that 3 front with a heavy DE and a big nose tackle. That still seems to be shutting down run line offenses. So maybe Johnny's sitting there watching this now, going, shut up, don't tell him, don't tell him." But yeah. Um, So yeah, I don't know what to say about this. I mean, feel like I've watched too many of these in week 14 already. Um, Season 35 was a close one, 3-pointer. That may have been Simon's bowl.
That was Simon, yeah.
Yeah,
I think Johnny's only did last year, so.
yeah. So 20-point difference in the last one. Um,
And what's
he's
changed in last year? And the answer is, Johnny, you're coaching. You know, Aren't the Snow Bears younger than the Avalanche? So technically they should have aged better.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
there was no big trades. I don't think there was any particularly big trades from either team, particularly in the
Yeah,
window.
yeah, I don't know. And I'm not sure if, I mean, Johnny has made mention a few times that he has made some differences because obviously people keep saying, when I say people, Jez keeps saying, it's a different thing when you come into a team that's already
Yeah,
built
blame
for
Jez.
you,
Yeah,
you
blame
know,
Jez.
yeah. When it's already built and you come in, it's less of a test. But Johnny has been saying he has changed a few things around, brought in some different players and that. So, but 9 trades, 7 trades,
Yeah, but how many of
36
the
in
nine are
total.
picks? That's the trouble. Never tells you which ones are actually player trades and which ones are pick
Yeah,
trades.
no, but there's not an excessive number there. Um, so I don't know. Maybe his coaching going well. Maybe he did only need a couple of
I mean,
things on defense.
it could have been that you've coached. You're assuming you're going to be playing the Bear. You're hoping you're going to be playing the Bears in the final again, and you've just coached specifically to beat the Bears next year, this year.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
personally don't think you're going to turn around 20 points, but we'll
well,
see.
that's
History
uh,
tells us it's unlikely.
that's an interesting one. So let me just put that together. Who's got home field advantage?
Nobody's neutral.
Is it?
Allegedly. Well, yeah, allegedly. Allegedly, it's neutral.
Yeah,
I have my doubts
allegedly.
as well.
Yep, exactly. Right. Okay. So it's just me and you today, Matt. So um,
Well, you can give Jez what did he predict in his prediction? He had
oh
a
yeah, he's got it already, hasn't
he
he?
had
So
the
we'll
Bears
just
by 17 or something.
yeah, we'll just go with that. So what do you reckon?
I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think for Johnny, I don't think history is going to make a difference. I think he's going to. I'm going to have the Snow Bears by 15. So based on how ridiculous the conference championships were, I'm going to go 55-40.
Yeah.
Snow Bears.
Okay. Yeah, I mean there is no defense, right?
It doesn't appear to be.
Or these really good
This
defenses are coming up with some really good offenses. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think it potentially is a lot of points here. I don't know. Maybe they could both turn up and try and run the ball, right? I mean, it could just be grinding it out, and we could see, 24-31 or something like that. Maybe I don't know. Um, yeah, I'm going to go with
you
that.
know, which Snow Bears turn up? Is he going to run the ball? Is he going to go balanced, or is he just going to go back to his fevered pass? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to back the Avalanche, um, mainly because I don't want to back the Snow Bears, and um, maybe it's Johnny's time. Maybe it's the Avalanche's time. This is a third in a row. Um, we don't want to get into Bill's territory, do we? With 3 or 4
Four in
on
a
the
row.
bounce. Yeah,
He's not going. He's not going to make. He's not going to make a fourth one.
you're going to make sure of that, are you, Matt? Good lad. Right, okay, so here's our preview. Good luck to both of them this week. Hopefully, it's a good one. And
Whenever the game is. When is the game? When are we actually playing this? We're on Monday again, don't we?
yeah, it's on a Monday again. I think the feedback on the basis that, how could you possibly game plan in 5 days instead of 7 days has meant that they've stuck to if it's run on a Monday, the next one's on a Monday. So hopefully that's working well for people. Um, we won't cover the Pro Bowl because even though that will run this week, so I think it was Dan and Steve. Make sure you've got your game plans in this week because they will run, but we probably won't see them for 3 months. They will need their game plans this
Alternatively,
time.
alternatively, just do what if you want to win. Just do what Jez did last year and don't enter a game plan.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, if you do no game plan, you've got a good chance. So yeah, either either option's going to work out. I did like the fact though. Did you see the voting results? So
I saw the you've only got one guard in the MFC.
yeah, so we've only taken one guard, Blood Axe, but
Yes.
because who needs guards when you've got five running backs, right? We've sent
Don't
five.
even get me started on. Don't even get me started on the running backs. My running back is the leading rusher in the entire league and is in the Pro Bowl.
I won't have it, Matt. I won't have you giving any indication that this is just a popularity contest. This
Fucking
is
joke.
no, no, no. We can't have that. We can't have that at all. So let's
I mean,
not
I've
go.
got five Pro Bowl players, but ridiculously, the running back, is, leading rusher by quite a bit, is not in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think this is the first time I've been in the Atlantic and I don't have a single player in the Pro Bowl. So cry me a river, cry me a river. Right. Okay, so we were going to have a little look at coach moves because there's been another development from last time around. And Ken is going to be returning to the Atlantic at the Stingrays. And that's because Mike has decided to step down and go to the Delta. So, so I think he was Empire, and he's come Atlantic. Now he's going back down to the Delta. So, any thoughts on that one?
Oh, there might be a quick guard coming up for sale in the draft. Never know.
Yeah. So,
Don't know where
so
Ken likes quick guards, but there's a possibility there's a first round pick up there. Don't know.
uh,
Interesting.
I don't think Jez
Two,
will offer a
two,
first
two
for him.
old. No, I don't think Jez will offer a first round.
Uh,
It'll be a fifth.
have
No,
you
I don't
got?
know. I think it's interesting with two old Atlantic coaches coming back. Does that change the trade dynamic? Would anybody be daft enough to go for a nuke when no firsts are really available, or do you just let season 39 first? Don't know. Interesting.
Yeah,
See what happens.
yeah, definitely. I mean, Mike,
Let's put it
Mike
like
could
this: I'm holding my first until I know what's happening with those two. If there's a fire sale,
could get interesting. Could get interesting.
mm,
But yeah, no, I mean, Mike's been up here for maybe 3 or 4 seasons now. I think he's done a great job with the Stingrays. They looked like they were kind of getting to a point where they were starting to age out and that, but he's kept them competitive during this time while he's here.
let's see. I think was it three. Is it? I think it's 3 seasons. I think he's won 2 division titles.
Yeah,
So that's. I'd take that. I'd take that. I don't think I've won a division title with 7 seasons. Crap.
yeah. No, no. So I mean, he's done a great job. He didn't look very happy at the draft though, did he? So I don't know whether it was that or you know, he, maybe that quick OG's not looking as good as he wanted it, and he just can't be sticking around to see the repercussions of that. I don't know, but
We'll find out in about 2 weeks on the trade board when he's on there.
yeah,
See what
yeah,
level he
maybe, yeah. But,
is.
I'm sure he's walking into a nice team in the Delta in the Enlightenment because Corey's been there, so Corey knows what he's doing, and um, I'm I'm guessing he's going to walk into hopefully a reasonably competitive team there as well. So having fun with Kendall in the other league.
In that other league, yeah. In that other
Yeah,
one.
in that other league, in that there other league. Right. Um, and yes, just the confirmation that Lee is departing to the Quake. um, which draws us on to the other piece that we were going to have a little look at, which was just the sound bites quickly, wasn't it? Because there was this talk about parity. Um, Mr. Osborne chucked this one in. It's like pulled the pin on the grenade, opened the door, threw it in, pulled the door shut, and just went, let's see what happens here
and then left.
then.
Because
Yeah.
I don't think he's put another comment in since then, has he?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it instantly got Rich back in there. A host of parity effects in the game, far beyond shot draft position. And then the first one he mentions is motivation coaches.
Which we know don't work.
Oh, absolutely,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That one, that one,
Yeah.
that one did make me laugh. Where was it? Yeah, I said, motivation coaches, don't get Matt started on that one. So,
No, they don't
but
work.
yeah, yeah. No, I think it's been interesting this season because we were at the beginning of the season thinking, oh, this could be interesting then. This could actually give some parity because the Avalanche don't have one. Someone, the league has made sure he doesn't get one. This could give us some parity, but bang, you put rivalry in there, makes no difference whatsoever. And I said on
Yeah.
this one, I said if I were going to be a coach in Gridiron, I would be a motivation coach because if you get the right gig where there's lots of rivalry, you've only got to turn up for 3 games and try and do your business.
I've got to admit, it has made me wonder actually if I was to ever get close to winning a bowl again or get into a bowl game, I honestly don't think I'd ever bother with a motivation coach again now.
I don't think you'd need to. I mean,
I
when
don't
you
think you do. No,
no, when you
because you could
think,
just assume you're going to win 8 games and get to the playoffs, and then you're
yeah,
not interested.
yeah, and if you've got those rivalry levels in your division, I mean, that's what's that? That's 70 games,
Yeah, six. Well, five
five,
divisional
five,
games, and then
yeah.
five
So
divisional games, and then you probably got one against another team, maybe.
yeah, I mean, I've got some rivalry against other teams outside that keep beating me in the playoffs and things like that. So I wouldn't, if I got them on the uh, on the schedule, don't need it for that either. So yeah, save yourself. What is it? 40, anywhere between 35 and 50 coaching points that they seem to
Minimum
go
you've
for.
got to spend 30. Minimum's 35, but
Yeah,
I think I spent. What did I spend? 48 on mine this year, just to hopefully nobble the Avalanche, and it didn't. Obviously, didn't work
yeah,
as we know. But,
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, any other thoughts you've got on this one?
well, I've got two thoughts. Number one, I've been a repeat winner, and my answer is stoppers. If but if we want something better than a motivation coach, I have got another idea.
Go on then.
Depending on your draft position, you get what? Say your number one, you get your full complement of CPs, whatever it is, 90. If you're number 32, you get 32 less or 31 less.
You see, but that wouldn't run the
I'm
test, you
not saying
see.
it have to. I'm not saying it have to be 90. I'm not saying it have to be 90. Perhaps 90s for the 32nd team or whatever. But I'm just thinking that's different. But then would you have a lot of teams sucking for position at the end of the season to get them extra CPs? Maybe so. Maybe that
Yeah.
doesn't work.
I mean, you know, maybe it is the coaching thing, right? If we're talking about motivation, you don't have to have just motivation within the game, right? There's a motivation to turn up to coach, this turn to train. They've got a coaching penalty in place for people who bring too many people into the squad. So I don't know, maybe that coefficient isn't a 1.02 like it starts. Maybe that gets a negative on it. So therefore, you've still got the same coaching points, but you've maybe got a less chance on it with with it in there and in the dice roll, shall we say? So yeah, I mean, there's probably different ways to do it, but if you haven't got the points to spread across the players, then that takes the fun out of coaching. And
I
you know,
think maybe
that's one
not
of
do
the
it as the
tests.
90. I don't know, but yeah, maybe just turn the ratings down. I don't know, but
Yeah,
just
yeah, because
I don't know.
motivation is on multiple levels. You know, you have to motivate people to want to. If they already think they're the best, why are they going to put the effort into coach to become better? So you're going to have some that are going to do that, some that aren't. So yeah, maybe it's in that. Maybe it is in coaching, but maybe just not on a points thing, but maybe on that how that goes um, into the calculation for the coaching. Because I mean, although I did get the first win incentive this time, I think I was on a 0.92 because I brought in 22 players fresh this time around. So it's the first time I've been under it. And I think, based on the history of my coaching, I was expecting to probably be 10 pops ahead of where I am at the moment.
Right.
So, you know,
Even even with the first win.
yeah, even with the first win, yeah. End of the season, I was expecting I'd probably have 10 more than what I should do. So, and you know, luckily with first win, I made that up. But I would have loved to have had 10 on top of what I expected to be.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so I don't know, but you know where I was expecting to be and where I was, and there's a lot of low level players as well. So I'm not coaching a lot of big players. It's coaching low levels, which I've been doing over the past 3 or 4 seasons anyway. And based on my historical data, I was expecting to be about 10 ahead. But yeah, I think there are other ways to do it. Motivation coaches is definitely not doing it. Parity scheduling, if you're in a boom and bust league, is definitely not doing it. Um, you know, there's probably more, and you know, look at deep zone. I'm gonna
So
actually run.
no, no, I disagree. Do not look at deep zone. I've just got a great quarterback for deep zone. Don't touch deep zone.
Oh no,
That's what
he's
happened. I had a full, or you nerf that, and now let's nerf the deep zone. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. No, that's a good reason to start looking at it. They'll be like, oh yeah, Matt's looking at this now. He mastered run line, and we've managed to tone that down. So apparently Matt's looking at deep zone now. So we'll see if we can tone that down. But like Pete said there, we ain't got problems. Big Sky's got problems. Um, I think is seventh on the bounce he's going for this year in the Big Sky.
Something like that. Something crazy.
Oh, he was close. He almost didn't make it. Um,
Yeah, but it's not
yeah,
even close, is it? I mean,
yeah. And again, it's the
well, it's not much
Hornets.
better on the other side by the looks of it. 31-0.
Yeah, and this may, I think, be third or fourth time these two have been. So this is the third on the bounce for a
Yeah, but
giant
there's one in
Hornets with
between,
us
isn't
as
there?
well.
Right.
Yeah.
There's one in between as well. So we had a season off and
One,
the year
two,
before.
three, four, five, six, seven. Oh no, this is his eighth. So
This
he's
is
going for
eight.
his eighth on the bounce.
He's got 8 in a
Yeah.
row. Yeah.
So Rich, it could be worse. You could be back in the Big Sky, um, and it being even worse than three on the bounce for these two.
But as Kevin said in the sound bites, why are you trading to him? Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's mad. I mean,
I,
you go
I was in the big sky. I'd be emailing every 31 coaches. Whatever Conrad wants to pay, I'll pay one more.
absolutely, yeah. And when I was up in the GFL, I didn't do a single trade with Dave Russell. I'm like, this guy's absolutely murdering everyone, and he's in my division. Why am I going to give him the tools to carry on beating me? I mean, it didn't make much difference because you trade it to someone else and you trade him in anyway. But you know, the syndicate's a different conversation for another time. But but yeah, it is. It's the lure of being able to get hold of, you know, that one player that you think is going to improve your team, but actually what you're giving away is maintaining that domination. But yeah, all right. I think that's all we got time for today because it's just a short
Good.
one.
Well,
Thank you
yeah.
for doing this because we're doing it a little bit earlier than usual just to squeeze one in this week. Good luck in the bowl, everyone. Hope it's a good one, and catch you next time. Thanks, Matt.
Cheers.